He stared at her for a long moment before speaking. "The cursed one," he said. AFIA gasped. You know my name?" "I know more than that," the dwarf replied, his voice deep though his body was small. "Come inside before the forest swallows you whole." She obeyed, trembling. He gave her water, then looked at her closely. "You are cursed, AFIA Kuma. Not by the gods, not by nature, but by wicked hands. Your soul has been tied to a dog. That is why your body burns with desire you cannot control." Her mouth hung open in shock. "A dog?" "Yes," he said firmly. "Return to your village. Go from house to house with your mother, asking to buy every dog you see. The one dog they refuse to sell, that is the one. Break its bond, and you will be free." AFIA'S heart pounded. Hope and fear mixed inside her chest. The next morning, she ran as if fire was chasing her, straight back to Kaya, to tell her mother what she had heard. When the cock crowed in Kaya, the air was heavy and quiet. AFIA Kuma stumbled into the village with blistered feet, torn clothes, and eyes full of strange fire. She went straight to her mother's hut. "Mama," she cried, falling on her knees. "I have found the answer. In the forest I met a dwarf who told me the truth. I am cursed, Mama. My soul is tied to a dog. We must go from house to house. The one dog no one will sell, that is my curse. Please, Mama, you must come with me." Her mother, Serwa, looked at her long and hard. Her face was like stone. At last, she let out a bitter sigh. "How many times, AFIA? How many times will you chase shadows? I took you to pastors, to shrines, to herbalists, to prophets. Still, nothing. And now you come with talk of dogs." Tears poured down AFIA'S cheeks. "Mama, please. Just this once. I beg you. If you love me, come with me." But Serwa turned away. Her voice was sharp as a cutlass. "I will not humiliate myself again. If you want to wander like a madwoman, go alone. I am finished." Her words pierced AFIA'S heart like a spear. For a moment, she could not breathe. She reached for her mother's hand, but Serwa pulled it back. Shaking, AFIA rose to her feet. "If you will not stand with me," she whispered, "then I will find someone who will." That evening, she walked with heavy steps to the odum tree, where her father's sister, Auntie Akojwa Yaboa, sat sorting garden eggs. AFIA collapsed at her feet, sobbing. And there, she told Auntie everything. Under the wide branches of the odum tree, Auntie Akojwa Yaboa looked down at her niece, her hands still stained with garden eggs. AFIA knelt before her, weeping so hard that her chest shook. "Auntie," she cried, "they say I am cursed. The dwarf told me my soul is tied to a dog. I must go from house to house, asking to buy every dog. The one they refuse to sell, that is the one. But Mama has refused to help me. She says I am chasing shadows. Auntie, I beg you, will you stand with me?" Akojwa's heart squeezed. She lifted AFIA'S face gently, wiping her tears with her wrapper. Her voice was soft but steady. "My child, you have suffered enough. If your own mother will not stand for you, then I will. From dawn, we begin this journey together. You will not walk alone." Hope flickered in AFIA'S heart for the first time. She clung to her aunt, whispering, "May the ancestors bless you." At first light, they started. From Kojo Mensa's compound, they asked, "Will you sell your dog?" Kojo laughed and waved. "Take it. That dog chews my meat every night." Next, they went to Ajawa the palm oil seller. "Will you sell your dog?" Adwoa shrugged. "Yes, take it. I will even add the rope. It is too stubborn." From compound to compound, it was the same. Every dog owner agreed, some even glad to be rid of their animals. But none refused. By midday, their feet ached, and their spirits began to sink. AFIA looked at her aunt and whispered, "Maybe the dwarf lied to me." But Akojwa only shook her head. "The truth hides in strange places, child. We will find it." Tired and hopeless, Afia and Auntie Akojwa dragged their feet along the narrow footpath back toward home. Their baskets were empty, their throats dry. Afia's hope was slipping like sand through her fingers. Just then, they heard laughter. From the bush, stumbling and waving a calabash of palm wine, came Kwame Ama, the village drunkard. His eyes were red, and his steps crooked, but his mouth never stopped running. Afia, he slurred, pointing at her. Why are you buying dogs? Have you not had enough of following men? Now you want animals too? The women frowned but kept walking. Then Kwame burst into laughter and shouted, Go and ask your mother. Has she not been hiding one under her bed all these years? Akojwa froze. Her eyes narrowed. What did you say? But Kwame only laughed harder, staggering into the bush, his voice trailing behind him. Ask your mother. Ask your mother. Afia's mouth went dry. My mother does not own a dog, she whispered. Akojwa's face grew stern. He may be drunk, but drunken lips often spit hidden truths. We must look into this. That afternoon, they waited until Serwa left for the market. Then quietly, they entered her hut. They searched every corner, behind baskets, under mats, even above the cooking place. Finally, Akojwa bent down and looked beneath the bed. There, hidden beneath torn cloth, lay a heavy wooden box. Its lid was locked. With trembling hands, Akojwa lifted a stone and struck the lock. Crack! It broke open. Inside lay a thin, shaking dog, its eyes wild. Around its neck was tied a red thread, and clamped in its teeth was a faded photograph of Afia as a little girl. Afia screamed and collapsed. The scream from Afia shook the hut. Auntie Akojwa dropped to her knees and pulled the trembling girl into her arms. While the villagers gathered quickly, whispering as the strange dog was carried outside. Its thin body trembled, the red thread tight around its neck, and clamped in its jaws was Afia's faded childhood photograph. The elders sent for Serwa. When she arrived and saw the dog, her knees buckled. She fell to the ground, wailing. It is finished, the secret is out. The chief elder, Nana Kwaku, struck the earth with his staff. Speak, woman, what evil is this? Tears streamed down Serwa's face. Her voice cracked as she confessed. I am not Afia's mother. Her true mother, Amma, was the first wife of Afia's father. She died giving birth to her. I was brought into the house later, as the second wife. But the gods closed my womb, I could not bear children. Every time I looked at Afia, I burned with jealousy. She was beautiful, loved, and full of life, while I remained empty. Gasps and cries filled the air. Women covered their mouths, men muttered in anger. Serwa continued, her head bowed. In my bitterness, I went to a priest. He gave me this dog and told me to bind Afia's soul to it. He said she would never know peace, that her body would betray her, that she would live as a shame to herself and to all. And so I did it. I tied her life to the animal, and for years, she has suffered because of my wickedness. Afia collapsed, her sobs shaking her whole body. Auntie Abina held her tightly, whispering, My child, it was never you. It was never your fault. The elders stood in silence, anger burning in their eyes. The truth had finally been laid bare. Nana Kwaku, the chief elder, stepped forward. His voice carried authority. This wickedness cannot continue. The bond must be broken today. Auntie Akojwa held Afia close as the elders performed the rites. They cut the red thread and sprinkled palm wine mixed with herbs upon the ground. The dog whimpered once, its eyes dimmed, and then it fell still, its spirit gone. At that very moment, Afia gasped. Her chest, which had always burned like firewood, suddenly felt light. The trembling in her body stilled, the hunger that had tormented her bones vanished like smoke in the wind. For the first time since her youth, her body was quiet. The villagers murmured, astonished. It is true, she was cursed. All these years, we mocked her wrongly. That night, Afia slept peacefully for the first time in her life. No burning, no trembling, no shame. Only silence, sweet and calm.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription motivates us to create more stories and bring you even deeper into the world of African folktales. Stay with us. The journey has only begun.